How do we get people to want to memorize Scripture? That's the subject of this video. Hello, this is Dr. Todd, and I've been working with some of my counselees here lately, and I've been working through the thought of how can I make Scripture memorization more relevant to their personal experiences. And one of the things that occurred to me was that often Scripture memory programs are designed in isolation. And what I mean by that is you have standalone Scripture verses that are great, they mean something, but we've got to remember Scripture memorization is hard work. It takes active recall where you're having to burn new neural pathways as you retrieve information, as you try to learn it. And if it's out there standing on its own, it's really hard to get motivated to do the hard work necessary to apply those kind of things to your life, even if you know they're important verses. And one of the things that struck me as I was looking through some of my own memory work, assignments that I've pursued in the past, is that Scripture memory works best when verses are integrated into a personal story and not isolated on their own. And here's what I mean by that. Think about the Navigator's topical memory system. There's a couple of different presentations that you learn if you pursue that. One, I'll put them right here. Here's the first one, is the wheel illustration. And in the wheel illustration, we see a way to look at the Christian life. And another one is called the hand. And what the hand does is it gives you the reasons to memorize or how you can use Scripture. And so when I thought of that, what occurred to me was that what you're really learning to do there is give a presentation that tells somebody how to do something or explains a concept to someone. Now, think of it this way. A presentation can be seen as a personal testimony. So if you're working with a counselee, let's say, or someone you're discipling, and they have a difficult experience that they've been through, and maybe they didn't react like they should have. So you've got this troubling story. Think of it on the bank of a river with two banks. And on the first side of the bank is the troubling story. It's kind of their story as to where they are, what's gone wrong. Now think of the other side of the bank as where God has brought them. And that's their transforming story. Well, we cross that bank. We cross from one bank to the other over a testimonial bridge. And the testimonial bridge is the recollection and recitation of God's work in the person's life to bring them from point A, the troubling story, to point B, the transforming story. And what is it that holds that bridge up? Scripture verses. So when you're working with an individual, it would be great if you could help him or her design their testimonial bridge. Help them find Scripture that supports or serves as pillars for that bridge, and then help them tell the story. Give their testimony of crossing over that river. The more they tell the story, have them incorporate those verses which are now relevant because they're holding up the story, and have them practice presenting it to you or to others or to whoever will listen in such a way that those scriptures are not only meaningful, but they're actually foundational in holding up the story itself. So all of a sudden it doesn't feel like you're memorizing Scripture anymore in isolation. Irrelevance is not a problem anymore because everything's relevant because it's what's holding the story up. And as you do that, what you'll find is they'll take those Scriptures, they'll put them into their hearts, and that they'll become part of them. The Scriptures will. And so that's the best way, I think, that you can help a person really memorize Scripture. Often it's not that we can't, it's just that it's hard work. But hard work is really helpful or really helped along or motivated if we're crossing a bridge. And so this is the kind of thing we need to do if we want them to learn how to memorize Scripture. Well, I hope that this video has been helpful. If you like the work I'm doing here, please don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of these videos. God bless, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.